No. You tuck a pocket pussy between her legs, like right in her thighs, so you're fucking the pocket pussy. And
Yeah, no, I like that
like
idea.
it's her cheeks and
I like
everything.
that idea.
Like you're right there, but
Hey.
it's not coitus.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 183 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up,
You know
Juac?
my guy on the other end.
And that fool Blazer,
You know
Ramon.
who's on the other end. We will forever be.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
We had to let it roll. I
I was gonna say, see
We
how long is
deserve-
we gonna let this roll?
We deserve
Saying
all
anything,
of
I'm
the
nervous.
applause. I let it go for as long as I feel accomplished. No, keep it going again, okay? Because that's what we deserve. No, we go through a lot of shit for this show. So many frustrations.
facts.
But we show up every single week. So fellas, how y'all showing up, man? How y'all doing? How's life?
It's all right. I ain't got no complaints. I'm not a big complainer. But no, it's been straight. Started a new job. I know you've been in your job for a little bit. We're still in that new job zone. It's been good.
thanks.
Life has been different from, working remotely, being home all the time, being sort of bored for the most part, and then just kind of diving full on into, an on-site gig like that is intense, tiring. I've been closing my rings like a motherfucker though, like by noon, and I'm fucking good to go. I gotta jack those up or something, set the bar a little bit higher because I'm hitting them way too quick.
You're hitting them way too quick. At least you feel that way, and I'm like, man, I gotta at least close my workout ring before these motherfuckers wake up, so that they look at it and say, "Damn."
That's what I do, but it doesn't hit the same. Like
It doesn't hit the same.
Johnny's on
you're
the
3
East
hours
Coast. I'm like,
behind.
yo, this motherfucker had it's 9:30 over there. I could have closed my shits by 9:30 too.
That's been my motivation to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing good too. I've been doing good with that because of that job, man. My job, same thing, man. I have 10,000 steps before noon,
Facts.
and
it helps.
yeah, and that's on top of the workout. You're like, that's
Word.
Yeah. So
I still try to go for a little run when I get home, a few days a week, just to top it off. But I've been feeling good.
nice.
Feeling good.
Johnny, anything new?
Nah, bro. Just more money lost and given away to FanDuel Sportsbook this week.
Yeah.
Continual
It's-
precipitous donation that I give to others that are apparently winning.
It's tough. These games have been weird too. Like the first 3 weeks, there's just been some odd games, odd scores. Like it has made less sense that I feel like than other years.
Yeah, I didn't watch most of the games on Sunday just because I guess this is something new that I did. I went to New York, so it was my wedding anniversary on Monday.
nice.
14
Congrats.
years. Thank you. So I took my lady down to the city, and we went to Broadway to see a musical.
Nice.
But this one was more of a concert than a musical, I would say. It was the Michael Jackson musical.
Oh, nice. How was that?
So it was I would say fucking great. Like the dude that played MJ, like he didn't necessarily look like him. He was definitely shorter, I would say, maybe not as like skinny or whatever, but he was still a skinny dude with a long face. He had all the makeup on, the hair and everything. He played him like his voice was perfect. His singing voice, like it's almost like I feel bad for the dude. Like, what else do you do after this? You go to Vegas and and be, you know, an MJ impersonator. Like, I don't know what else you do after this, because
Yeah.
he doesn't have like a typical quote unquote Broadway voice, you know, that show theater voice and whatnot. He literally just sounds like Michael Jackson. He does all the dance moves just like MJ.
Damn.
He was real sick with it. Like, there was, and his speaking voice was also, you know, that very light, wispy MJ voice as well. Like, everything was dead on point. I was surprised they, because it's, you know, licensed by the family or whatever. I was surprised they did kind of get into a little bit of the controversies, or they at least, you know, mentioned. They didn't talk about any of like the kids stuff. There was only like one subtle mention where, so basically the story is like they're looking at him while he's preparing for the Dangerous tour.
Yeah.
And then they do a bunch of flashbacks on like the, you know, growing up and stuff. And of course, while they're rehearsing for the Dangerous tour, you get to hear all the songs, right? And so there was a lot of that, but every now and then they would be like, as they're talking about the tour, they're like, and what's up with like this family that's going to be traveling with him the whole way? Like, how is that? Like, and so it was like, oh, I know what that's about.
Little winks and nods.
Yeah, there was a lot of, you know, and the controversies and the allegations. That's what they would say a lot. And what about the allegations? And then the pills. They talked about him taking Demerol and being addicted to Demerol after he burned his head on the Pepsi thing. So there was some, you know, there was touching on a lot of, and of course, and I don't think they've ever shied away how Joseph Jackson was very abusive to the whole family, and both physically and mentally and whatnot. But every single character, actor, killed it, crushed it. Dope voices. Little Michael, that kid is gonna be a star. I gotta look up his name, because I know like 10 years from now that kid's gonna be doing something, because he was killing it. And again, dancing, vocals, it was crushed. So very impressed with that show. Unfortunately, it was a monsoon in New York this week with the tropical storm or whatever. So
I hope
it was shitty walking around to get to dinner.
I hope White Michael is played by Flex Alexander from the 2004 movie Man on the Moon. Have you seen that? That has surfaced recently.
Not since 2004.
Yeah. Flex Alexander
sounds familiar.
Was an actor from back in the day. And it's recently surfaced because obviously people praise the Jackson 5 movie.
Was the Andy Kaufman thing.
People praise the Jackson 5 movie, and this was a 2004 movie that went under the radar, and he went full whiteface.
I'm offended by that.
Yeah, so horrible, bro.
Wait, what's his name?
That's hilarious.
Oh, Flex. Oh,
yeah.
What the fuck?
That's scary.
Yeah, I gotta.
Care for that.
That's
Please
another
don't bring that
movie.
up again.
You gotta. That's another movie to add to the list, because I gotta watch that shit in its entirety.
You know, and well, now that you say that, you bring up that whiteface thing, right? Is it considered that Mike was doing whiteface the whole time that he was getting white? Because the story is that, or his story is that he had vitiligo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he was masking the vitiligo with makeup. Does that mean that he was rocking whiteface when he got extra pale?
Kind of, I would say, in a very broad sense, in a very loose definition.
Bro, he would. Yes. If he was using makeup, that motherfucker had a makeup artist that was just round the clock at all times. Just ready.
I mean,
powdering him up.
Yeah.
Remember, he died like in what, 2010?
Yeah.
2011 or something like that. Like, the social media wasn't a thing like that. There was paparazzi around him all the time, but he could easily dodge that. Like, he only made appearances. That was the whole thing about Mike, is we'll never really know the true story about him, because he did not make himself accessible. He was not around. There's a very few people that actually saw him day and night, and probably saw him, if true, you know, half makeup or whatever. But I feel like, with airbrush type makeup, you could probably cover that shit up.
It's a lot of work.
a lot of
when
videos
when
coming out
Michael,
too.
of all people that could afford it,
Yeah.
it's probably him.
For sure. For sure.
A lot of videos are coming out too of him using like his actual voice, like his deep voice, where he'll be saying some shit and then he'll catch himself and then you gotta do that right. Yo, do that shit right.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
do that shit right.
I could never tell if that shit is AI or some overdub shit. What's going on with that? But yeah, that's hilarious.
You never know.
I've seen those.
I mean, I believe it, bro. I don't know if there's a surgery to soften your voice. He just
wasn't castrated or anything, right? Like
I mean, even if he was, I don't think that does
Some
anything
people
to your
have
voice.
Different voices.
He's still
We'll never know.
fucking have a deep ass fucking voice, I would imagine, but
It's possible. It just seems
We'll
like
never know.
that's a really deep voice to walk around in that high voice and sing in a high voice all the time. That
Right.
would be extremely damaging.
but I would imagine the same
that'd
thing.
be a
Like if
lot
you
of work.
had a surge, like if you were a gifted singer like that, would you?
I would never risk surgery.
Exactly,
to alter my
right?
voice.
Like you wouldn't
Yeah.
risk that.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee that if you soften your voice that you're still going to be able to sing at the level that Michael Jackson did.
No, not at all.
Right. It's weird.
weird.
Yeah. That's the last thing I would fuck with.
Yeah, that's Michael Jackson in a nutshell. Weird. Hey, I still think he's the GOAT. I still king of pop, all that shit. I that was one of the selfishly, that was like one of the things that I remembered when he passed away. It was like, fuck, now I can never see him in concert, because that was one of the people I was
100%, same
wanted
thing.
to see.
Yeah. For
Word.
sure.
For sure. I cause growing up there was like and then there was a moment probably like mid 90s to like early 2000s where like, nah, this dude's too weird. Fuck Michael. And his music was getting kind of weird too. So I was like, nah, Michael Jackson, I don't really care. But then when he dies, it's like, damn, man, like all those classics, those hits, like Michael was a beast.
He wasn't
man.
performing them
I would've
weird songs in
definitely gone to
concert.
the show.
He was performing the hits.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, he might have been performing some of them,
Like one or two.
never
newer,
know.
more
You never
recent
saw.
songs. I think he was planning a tour when he died.
I thought
He
so.
was,
yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
And there was I don't know that it would have came out the same, but I do remember that after he died, they dropped that album where like it was all like unfinished music, and I want to say it was like Ryan Leslie produced it.
Yeah, it was a
'cause
bunch of
that's
people attached
around
to
the time that he was like super hitting.
Yeah, that song with
Or it
Justin
might have been
Timberlake
like,
and-
it might have been like Diddy was the executive producer. And he had a bunch of producers for each song. But either way, I remember every song had like a feature because he only had like one verse on the song. That's how much was recorded. But I remember the album being kind of fire. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
he
if he
would-
would have released this album,
But
I would
Michael-
have kind of been fucking with this. He was coming back with some hard R&B shit that he wasn't doing actually at the time.
Michael was he would reach out to like mad random ass fucking people that you wouldn't even think he would make good music with. Because I was watching an interview with on Kevin Hart's show. He was interviewing Dr. Dre, and that's what Dr. Dre said. Like, I turned down working with Michael and Prince, and kind of regret it. But at the same time, he was like, what the fuck am I gonna do for Michael Jackson and Prince? Like how are we gonna come up with some shit that I would be able to produce for him? So I just never did it. I turned it down. But now in hindsight, since they both died, was like, fuck, I turned down I turned down the chance to work with Michael Jackson and Prince.
Yeah.
So but
And
anyway.
they probably would have made some fire.
Right. Nice little tangent, I guess, on your but I'm glad you and
Word.
your lady enjoyed your anniversary in New York City.
Thank you.
I can't. Another thing, Comic-Con is coming up in just a few weeks.
That's right.
Dave, sorry you can't make it, but we're going to represent for you. It's all right. I know.
Hold it down, baby. Have a good time.
We'll hold it down.
The fun police. Y'all can still have fun. Shit.
Yo, if anybody listeners are going to be in Comic-Con or just in New York around that time, you want to slide through,
Word.
hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know, man. We'll do, because I know right after we're, as always, we always slide out and have some drinks and like just do some regular shit to unwind.
Go to the Glizzy stripper spot.
Yes, the Glizzy stripper spot. We're gonna be linking up with When Boredom Strikes too that weekend.
That's right.
We're gonna do their show. Hopefully, maybe catch a drink with them or some shit prior to that. But yeah, if you're in New York, if you're in the New York City area, the weekend of October 13th to 16th or whatever, hit us up, man. Hit them
Something
DMs.
like that, yeah.
We'll all link up. All right.
Word.
You know what
Yeah,
time it
that's
is
the
now.
Word, fellas. All right. First question. Would you rather tell your wife that you got another woman pregnant or fight a Mike Tyson in his prime? You want physical pain or emotional pain?
I'm ready.
Or
to
maybe
fight
physical
Mike.
pain, depending on your woman. I don't know how she gets down.
I'll fight Mike. I'll come to the end of life.
motherfucker,
I'll
you
get
better.
destroyed. Ain't even a question. Because
Mike.
if I tell my wife I got another woman pregnant, then I'm losing my dick.
Facts.
At the least,
Okay.
I'm losing my dick.
And you know, Mike is just gonna knock you out and
And
sleep it
Mike
off.
is
and
good. Yeah, I don't think I'm not trying to put up a fight with Mike Tyson in his prime, right? I'm walking in there. He's swinging one time. I'm hitting the ground. It's over. And
You're not even
I'll
gonna
be
try.
okay
You
with
wouldn't
that.
even throw him up and just try and see if you could just get a couple shots in.
I might, but it doesn't matter what I try. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I walk in, and as soon as I do one bob, it's like doom. He knocks me on the other side. Like
Catches you. Yeah, he catches you over.
He
there.
would probably knock me out with a jab. Like
Just
it would
not
be
even
that
a
bad.
full. I would just go
Not even
down.
a
I
full
would just
swing.
whatever he hit me with, I'm just fucking dropping, bro. Like I'm done. You can't fucking hit me when I'm down.
I mean, he's
Facts.
Mike Tyson, but he might.
Right.
In his prime.
That's true. Yeah.
He might.
He's like, nah, you promised me a real fight.
He promised me a real fight.
Pick your ass up, make you knock down again.
Oh shit. Nah.
Nah, I'm getting.
Juac, what you got?
Mike Tyson could knock me the fuck out, bro. He could knock me the fuck out and continue to beat me while I'm down, man. I've already told y'all the horror stories I've had with one child in child support, right? Imagine 3 from 2 different. Nah, I'm good, son. I don't.
That's all circumstantial, though.
I don't
that's,
need that.
That's a very specific
Yes.
case that you have.
I mean, yes, exactly. And you're asking me that question. Knock me the fuck out, bro. Like, yeah,
Word.
nah. Mike Tyson knocked me the fuck out, bite my fucking ear off. I don't give a fuck. Do all that shit. I'm good. I'm not. Nah.
Okay.
Word. I just celebrated 14 years, Dave. What you trying to do to me?
Yeah. My girl's
What you go knocking bitches up for like that? Eh? I didn't do shit to you, bro.
My girl's
Keep
not
your shit in
even
your pants.
confrontational to that extent where she would like fight me or like hit me or like cut my dick
Right.
off or none of that shit. It's just a simple fact that it's the possibility of going to fucking court for child support. That's like nah.
So it's the court system.
Yeah,
he ain't
let
fucking
Mike
with. He ain't
Tyson-
afraid of his
yeah.
lady. She ain't cutting no dicks off.
Nah,
it's all
I mean,
good. It's just I ain't trying to
I
pay
don't
no
know.
more
I
child
won't
support.
He's
put
afraid of the
anything past
litigation.
anybody, but I think I'm more afraid of the court system. Yeah, that shit is rough for fathers, man. Fuck out of here
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, fact.
No, that's facts.
absolute.
And then I'm not trying to, if you tell your wife, obviously, for the most part, it's probably going to end your marriage. Like you're done. You're done at that point. So like now you're back in the dating world and you got to fucking start all over. And we're too old for that bullshit. I feel
Word.
like that there's the long-term consequences versus, some quick physical pain. I'm gonna fight Tyson, but I'm gonna try and fight him. I'm gonna see if I can get him. I'm not just gonna go down like prime Tyson. Yeah, I'm gonna get knocked out. We know this.
Yeah. If you get one punch in,
put up a fight.
And not break your hand, bro, I would be.
I was just gonna say, if I did get a punch in, I would hurt myself. I'm sure of it. Iron Mike was iron and shiny.
I'm sure just in the time of pushing out the fist to make any sort of motion, you're getting pummeled,
shots
right?
on me. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not a boxer. I didn't.
And
train
then
with Gus D'Amato.
and then you're like, oh, but I hit him. I caught one, and you really caught was like his forearm.
Right. All right. I'd be that dude that like swings on the ref after you take a stiff shot because like you don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh, it'll look like a dipshit, but I'd go home to my wife and live a happy rest of my life.
Damn right.
Hopefully
Cheers,
you don't have
fellas.
brain damage.
No, I would. I mean, and then I'd be so dumb I'd go knock some other chick up, and then I'd in the same fucking boat again.
It was all for nothing.
It was all for naught. Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
man.
be like a Twilight Zone episode or something wild, where it just ends very dark.
Black Mirror.
Bro, it just imagine being like young Mike Tyson, right, with the box cut and everything, son. You're in the ring. Are you shitting me, bro? You're in the ring and you're staring at this motherfucker.
Shitting, yes,
just
I would be absolutely shitting.
and you watch all the videos, bro. He does not take his fucking eyes off of you like a fucking pit bull, bro. And he's just going back and forth, just imagining how he's gonna knock you the fuck, bro. I'd be shitting bricks, but
Bro, I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm more afraid of my lady than
I mean, I feel you. I'm more afraid of the fucking child support system than that. Give me that 20 times over. I don't want to deal with none of that other shit.
Yeah, I fight like I'm wearing joggers, not trunks, because I don't want no little poops to fall out, because I'd be scared as a motherfucker.
Word.
Little pebbles just popping out of your shorts.
Pebbles, nah, I'd be logs, son. Like scary as a motherfucker. I ain't fucking around with all that.
Dave got his skinny jeans on. He's like, ain't nothing falling out.
Oh, you just see like a little bump.
God,
skinny jeans. You wow. All right. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
You're given a daily allowance of $7,500. And this happens every single day.
Nice.
If you don't spend that $7,500 by midnight of that day,
Easy.
the money's gone.
Easy.
Forever. So daily you have 7,500 bills to spend.
Okay.
What are you buying? What's so easy that you're like, I'll just drop, and you can't give it away to a homeless person or donate it to fucking charity. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know before you come at me with some bullshit that there's rules here.
Sure.
All right, what are you buying, dog?
I'm buying all kind of shit. You can always saving money is hard. Spending money, easy as fuck. $7,500 a day. At some point, it would start to get hard because it's a very specific amount a day. So you can't like accumulate it, over a period of time. It's got to be like, even like if you get a car or some shit, that's only like a small portion of it. And then you're making payments and shit like that. But
yeah, like does that count? Like if I'm paying $30,000 a month in a mortgage, does that break down to or whatever $7,500 a day is? Like, does it count if I'm like, well, technically, I'm paying $30,000 a month, and the mortgage I'm paying $10,000 a month on this Bugatti. So it breaks down to $7,500 a day, or do I need to like give a receipt at the end of the day for $7,500 worth of expenses
of random shit? It has to be random shit.
I mean, you can't have any left of that $7,500 once midnight comes. You can't give them a bill and be like, "This is what I'm paying." Like, I get it, but that's not the question.
I mean, the question is, what would you spend it on? Yeah, I'd be buying anything, like everything.
What are you buying?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm buying TVs.
So like, what?
I'm buying
Can I sell the things that I buy?
Were you gonna buy a TV every day?
Jewelry.
You're gonna buy a fucking
Basically,
stereo every day?
That's what I'm thinking. I'll buy a Mac Pro every day and then just sell that bitch the next day.
Yeah.
A Mac Pro. What's a Mac Pro run for? What's that
You
going
could
for?
easily spec a Mac Pro to $7,500, I'm sure.
So then now, do you know how much
think they
work that's
start
going to
at
be to sell a
5,000 or
Mac
something.
Pro? Someone who's just ready to drop $7,500 on a Mac
I
Pro
might have a
every day?
warehouse. I might have a warehouse full of Mac Pros for a while.
Y'all are getting this money taken away.
You know what
so
I would do?
Fucking quick.
You know what I would do? Because I mean, it hasn't been, and you may throw it in there because that's what you do. But
You know that's what I do. I fuck your shit up.
yeah, so the items that you buy in the time that this happens, they don't disappear, right? You
Right.
just have to spend it, and then when you can't spend it anymore, you stop. I'd buy $7,500 worth of jewelry, diamonds, and shit like that for as long as I can, and then
Just throw them in a big chest.
Yeah, because
And then sell them afterwards?
Yeah, the resale value is gonna. I'll be able to sell that shit for the whatever the fucking cost of gold is, and whatever the cost of diamonds is, and then that's all me right there.
What was the alternative? Or what was the other? The ore?
No, this wasn't.
There was
either
no
or.
or. It was
Either
just like,
or.
what
Yeah.
would you spend?
How,
it on?
how are you spending that money before it gets taken away?
Well, I mean, I could do like, let's say, $7,500 a day. I could do $6,000 in lottery tickets every day, and hope that
Still may not hit the
eventually.
lotto
I mean,
ever.
I could much more easily spend $1,500 on shit that I would use every day, versus $7,500. So if I spent like $6,000 to $7,000 on lottery tickets every day, I mean, it doesn't really increase your odds in any way, but it kind of helps if you have, way more options there. And if I end up hitting, because I looked at it, it's $2.7 million a year. If you hit a big jackpot, then you like, fuck it. I don't need to spend it anymore. I got the lotto winnings now.
Yeah,
Word. Yeah.
yeah. That's why I would
so
just
that-
accumulate that gold and diamonds. Resale value doesn't really go down that much. Like whatever.
I like that. I like that a lot. I would either I like the gold, but I would get gold coins and I would make a vault like Scrooge McDuck that I could dive into and swim in and just fuck around in. But other than that,
break
I
your
think I
neck
would
the
just
second
become
you try
a
to jump
huge.
in it.
Oh yeah, no, it's not liquid at all.
Or
They
I'd
make
buy
it
like
look
a
so
shit ton of
fucking
like
liquidy.
Apple stock or Tesla stock or some shit.
You could buy stock. I was just gonna just bet, just gamble, just become a huge fucking gambling addict, bro. One game
yeah,
a day,
you
I'm gonna
could
put
easily do
75
that.
hundo on.
You could easily just play poker all day long.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Just gamble. I would just gamble it away every day. I would be the biggest gambling addict, but every
Yeah.
day I would know that 75 hundo
That's a
about
good
to
one.
reset.
Facts.
About to reset. And I'd
You
get
got a
crazy
$7,500
dinners.
bankroll every day.
I would
not bad.
hire
That'd
a
be nice.
private chef and I would pay them daily. Like, listen, I know normally you get paid like every week or every 2 weeks, but you're going to get fucking cash every day, bro. So fucking bring your A game. I just pay everybody in cash all the time. I'd hire a gardener, a chauffeur. I'd have a private driver. Like,
Amen.
I'm just now thinking of all this. This isn't even stuff that I've been thinking
Honestly,
of.
all you really got to do is start a business, right? Like at first, it may start off with little things here and there, and then you can bullshit the rest of the money every day. But the second you start to scale that bitch, like more money needs to be invested, and that shit will all just end up.
And then the 75 hundo ain't enough.
Yeah,
Then I'm
and
like,
then
oh,
75
y'all front me a little bit
enough,
more.
son.
I'm running
Yeah,
out.
word. When's the profit come in? I'm investing so much in this business. Where's the return?
Word.
Word.
You're just hoping that at some point it would come into it, but
Yeah.
Facts.
yeah, that would work too.
Yeah. It can be hard, but I
What's
wish
the
that
next
was a problem I had. I know that's not.
I know,
always
right?
thing, but
Wish that was a problem.
I wish that was real. All right, last
I'm
question.
kind of upset now.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of man. I wish I could just gamble all the motherfucking time like that. Shit, I would go to Vegas and oh man, it'd be a whole thing. All right.
Oh man.
Last question. Would you rather scam your parents out of their retirement fund or lose a week off your life every time you have sex?
Oh shit!
How much are y'all fucking? How early y'all about to die?
Does masturbation count?
A week. No,
Okay.
does not. Jerk it all you want, dog.
My
He's like, don't
parents-
tempt me. Don't tease me with a good time,
He's
dog.
like, in that case,
Well,
I'm not really getting hit then. I'm good.
My parents
Sex life
ain't
once a
really
year.
got no. They ain't really got no retirement fund, so I'd probably be like, well, shit, I'd be in the negative if I do that. Let me let me take the other one. Yeah, I'd take you said a week off my life?
a week, yeah.
I'd take a week off my life. Whatever. Every
Would
time I
you
have sex,
would you be more conscientious of
Yeah,
your fucking? Like,
absolutely.
nah, baby, not
Absolutely.
this week. We just did it last week. I'm not trying to.
Yeah,
You want me to be
absolutely.
here for these kids or not?
Yep.
I think you'd have to be, right? You'd have to count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be running a count. I'd have a note in my phone that would be like times that you've been said. Like it would be a devastating emotional.
Have one of them counter
Fact.
apps. You just
Yeah.
tap it every time.
It's already
Every
it's
time
already
it's-
bad because you don't know when you're gonna go. So it's like
Right.
you're lowering it every time you have sex. It's already gonna.
It's
it'd
inconsequential.
Be rough. Yeah, it'd be rough. It'd be rough.
Twice in one night, that counts as 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
time you have
Yeah.
sex,
Like every nut.
Every
busting
every
nut,
time
yes.
you're smashing some pee.
every time you bust a nut as a result of coitus, you are.
There you go. There you go.
You are. That is a week off your life.
I was like, every time you bust in it, but nah, even if you pull and pray or spray it somewhere, it's still.
Hey, you got 52 nuts, and what's a year? It's a year of
Damn, you fuck once a week. And that's a year off your life.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, I fuck at least once a week.
right.
That's a whole year.
That's
just
a whole
doing
year
the-
off your life from
the
one
basic.
from 1 year of fucking.
One
once
year
a
of
week.
fucking. Yep.
You know what? My parents don't need paper. I'll help them out, son. This isn't something I'm trying to, because this is gonna fuck my life up. Like if I scam them out of their shit, I will find a way. You know, I wouldn't directly give them back, but I would make it my personal mission to make sure that they were set, whether it's something that I had to help them out with. But yeah, I'll scam them out of that bread, son. I'm not trying to live my life like that. Y'all know I'm an anxious motherfucker, son. I can't be doing that. I'm sorry. Sorry, Pops.
And especially you don't even know when you go, right?
Right.
So like you taking weeks off of a moment that could be
In a
like
year,
just
a month.
a few weeks from now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could.
God
I could
forbid.
bust and then just die because that was my fucking week, son.
Yep. Yeah.
That'd be
You
the
don't
worst
know.
way to go.
You have
I
no
think.
idea.
I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
Just-
sorry. I'm gonna
I mean,
have to, I'll just
Y'all got
sacrifice
kids you
myself.
got to be there for. You're like, oh, daddy fucked too much. That's why he's not here for your college graduation because he had to shave.
Can you imagine?
fucking weeks off his like?
Yeah, like you said that, right? I make this deal. I make this deal with the devil, right? And the first week that I'm just like, fuck it, I'll sacrifice that week. I get it in and fucking have a heart attack and die right there. This is like, oh shit, I was only supposed to live for another week.
Right.
God damn it.
Should have scammed my motherfucking parents. Nah, then you would have scammed them and you would have died
Yeah, I
a week
would've
later.
died a
son.
week later.
Yeah, you would have died a week later regardless. And then you just
And now I'm
fucked
just
your
the
parents
asshole of the
over.
family with no redemption.
Right.
This guy stole everybody's money
Yeah.
and then died like a bitch.
Yeah. The fuck?
Pussy.
Pussy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
No, that would
I mean, you could also just like get run over by a bus and people could just hate you.
Yeah.
Damn, I couldn't even press him about stealing mom's money.
Nah. I'll
Fucker had to get
sacrifice
run over.
myself. I'll sacrifice. I just know it's just like, you know what? I'm paying for life insurance. At least the kids will be set up. I'm good. Like whatever.
That's noble.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right.
That's very noble. Look at you, gentlemen.
Right?
I know.
Gentleman Juac. Sir Joaquin of the Figueroas.
I mean, it's coming off as very noble, but let's all face it. It's just like, you know what? At this point in my life, if it's time to go, it's time to go.
He's ready. My man's ready. He's done. He's had enough. He's cashing the chips in. He's calling it.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that shit. I'm not ready. Hey, if you're real, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Only if you're real, though.
Don't you
Only if
take
you're
them.
real.
Nah. Yeah, don't let Rocco see that. And he jump on a phone call trying to tell me how wrong I am.
Now he'll make a post about it.
Yeah, he'll make a post about it.
Yeah.
Joaquin, he's
Is that the Rocco voice?
yeah, kind of. I was trying to do a Rocco voice. I mean, it's not too far off. And then he'd look at you with his big ass eyes.
Pretty good.
Not too far off.
Yep. You got it. Nailed it.
Oh man.
Johnny, you pick yet?
I did not. I think I'm gonna have to go with the life thing.
Really?
Yeah, which
Okay.
is because especially like you mentioned, like the kids thing. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to be an asshole to my dad. Like,
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure.
That's
For
true.
sure. Now, I don't want to either, but I also don't want to die. He's lived a lot longer life than me. He's had a good
That's
chunk
fair.
of time.
That's fair.
It's like that. You've lived your entire like. What's a few more years without your pension?
Nothing.
Like, sorry,
Yeah.
I still have a lot more time than you do on this earth.
We got a lot more fucking to do. Yeah. Is that where you were going with that?
Hey, caveat on for Dave, right? Because is it the man that raised you or the blood father? Because that would make the choice way
Bro,
easier.
if it's blood, I'm taking all that bread, putting that motherfucker out in the streets.
Exactly.
Not like he has any bread, but I'm still picking that, and I'll put that back
Whatever's
into the
there.
negative.
Right.
Take that shit.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Absolutely.
That's a good call. I was thinking my parents. So I mean,
Absolutely,
my mom
absolutely.
would still be included in that. Even,
Yeah,
but I would feel better. I would feel better about that.
Your pops would take care of her in that, right? So if it came down to blood, easy.
No, they've been
fuck that shit.
they've been divorced for a minute, so he
Right.
wouldn't give her shit. But
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I feel-
the man that raised you, your dad. He would
Yeah.
take care of her because you're only affecting her. So you good.
hey,
Look at that.
yeah, I
Even
mean,
easier.
if we
I see
put
what
it
you're
like
saying,
that,
yeah.
we put it like that. Then shit, it ain't even a thing. I was already gonna fucking screw over both of them, but when you put it out, I just gotta screw one of them. All right,
Yeah.
even better.
Hey.
Now I feel better about it.
No, yeah.
Good looks.
No. That's what I'm here for. Perspective, baby.
Man, that was some real shit right there. That's respect, son.
Respect.
Oh man.
All right, I think
Yeah.
we got
Johnny, you said you made the decision? Yeah. It was
Yeah, I think
just take a
I'm just gonna not have sex anymore.
yeah.
Johnny gonna be celibate.
Gonna be real.
I mean, you said I could.
You could
just-
jerk off. Yeah,
Yeah, if
absolutely.
I guess that's just
Yeah.
another thing. Or I could
Like-
does it count if my lady jerks me off?
I'm gonna say no. I'll let you get jerked
know
off
what,
by
yeah.
your lady.
All right, there you go. I'm okay with that.
Like, baby, we can only
I'll
have
suffice
sex once
on the
every couple
outside.
months,
Yeah.
but
You
you
can
can
only
tug
have the
me off.
outside
Yeah.
sex.
This time, can
right.
you find a way to jerk me off with your mouth?
Right. Yeah. What if you just like
We don't know.
How
We
is
gotta
that
test
not
this.
oral sex?
no. You tuck a pocket pussy between her legs, like right in her thighs, so you're fucking the pocket pussy, and
Yeah.
then,
No, I like that
like
idea.
it's her cheeks and
I like that
everything.
idea.
Like you're right there, but
Hey.
it's not coitus.
It does. I mean, it
Yeah.
does nothing for her, but
You go down on her. You go down on her before
if we,
and
like,
after.
That's true. I mean,
Go
but
like
it's a form of sex.
teenagers, we just rub on through the pants, just
right.
hump each other till
Dry
I
humping.
Sure, that's
Dry-
okay.
dry-
Yeah,
Oh, like a fucking
dry hump until
degenerate.
there's wet hump.
like 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'd feel so dirty dry humping. I feel fucking
How many draws you got to go
like
through,
such
bro?
a piece of shit. It's just like
I'm not
I
wearing
can't even
drawers
have
at that
real
point. It's
sex.
just,
Like, God damn it.
Dry humping with sweatpants.
Yeah, the same pair of sweatpants every time. They don't even.
It's a ritual. It's a ritual now. Fucking like the be like the fucking people from what's that show we were watching? The Handmaidens and shit.
Oh, the
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale, exactly. Except it's the other way around. There's no hole. It's just you're putting a fucking blanket there, sheet or some shit.
Oh,
Just for dry humping.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the ritual at the house.
On top, babe.
Make it work.
It's your turn.
Make it work.
Yeah, we gotta make this work. You want me to die? You want me to die to younger?
Right.
You want me to die?
Yeah.
Put the
I'm
fucking pocket pussy in your legs.
Actual sex is gonna cost me. We gotta make sure that these are special occasions.
Right.
I
You
can
want to
still
be
eat
with
her
these
out,
kids?
right? Like,
all
that
by
don't
yourself?
count, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no. You
Oh, okay.
That's
all
sex
right.
for her.
all you want.
Then
That's sex
yeah,
for her,
Then,
you
then
know?
you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think our
If I
ladies would
jerk
even
off
be
while I
pissed.
eat her out, I mean, I think that's
They'd
beautiful.
probably be happy about
That
that.
works
Like,
out.
oh, we less sex? All right, cool.
Yeah.
You're just gonna go down on me more? All right, great.
Yeah. I don't have to go down on you. Okay.
Even better.
Yeah, even
Right.
better.
Like, actually, no, you do, because I can't be fucking no more. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. That doesn't count. Oh yeah, you
That
better.
doesn't count,
Yeah, no. We're
No.
yeah.
catch that
Oh, okay.
dome,
Well,
son.
in that case.
Yeah, that's the case. 69.
You know, when you're getting that dome, you're like,
69ing is
it's time to
always
fuck
good
now.
in this house.
69 is the staple. We
Yeah, it's
salute
a staple.
69.
Salute the 69. Nice. All right.
Was that a Tony Soprano, like Christopher
Good call.
Columbus is a hero in this house reference? That's what it sounded like.
I don't think so, but I'll take it. All right. Is that that was all the questions, right?
That was all of the questions, good sir.
All right. Let's get
Is it time for a little Insensitive Culture League 23
Yes, good
recap?
call. Yes,
That's
it is.
right.
That's what I thought. All right, fellas. How are we feeling about our performance? Don't answer that. Let me go through the scores first, and then we'll talk about how we're feeling. Let's start with game number 1. We have Donald, a.k.a. Dirty D's Jungle. Dirty D's Love Jungle.
Love
I'm sorry.
Jungle.
Love Jungle, yes. Versus Two Affinity and Bijan, one of our favorite names. It looks like Donald came up with his first W of the year, 124 to 117. Not even a wide margin. That was a close,
That's
good
a tight game.
Yeah,
like
both
a one
QBs,
player.
28 points. Yeah, I mean, both teams, when you drop over 110, 115 like that, like you had a decent week, it's really up to the fantasy gods at that point. And Juac, I don't know how acquainted you are with the fantasy gods, but some weeks they're with you, and some weeks they are the ones fucking you.
They not.
Yeah. Juac's team has not been fucking these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's that. Welcome to fantasy, my man.
Yeah.
I'm in another league where I am literally 0-3. Cannot buy a win, cannot catch a win. I think actually Johnny's in that league as well, so he witnesses
Sure am.
that this ass pounding that I receive every week,
Caught
and it
wrecked
all
this
started
week.
with a first round draft pick that was on the injured reserve. But we won't worry about that. Let's move on to the next game here, and we'll keep this moving. Props to Donald for his first win of the year. That always feels good. Get that out of the way. Ooh, JJ's Knights, our gay porn star team, versus Milanos and Milk. My sister Alyssa, who is also 0-3. It must be an Andrews thing. In some leagues, we just can't catch a break. That was a pretty good win, 138 to 105. Jay is JJ's Knights. Let's see, any outstanding performers? Ooh, Raheem Mostert, Miami
Oh, that was a
running
big
back.
one. Yeah.
41 points. Insane. 3 rushing touchdowns, 82 rushing yards, decent, 60 receiving yards. 41 points is massive for a running back. It would suck to drop those kind of points and not catch that win. 3-0 for JJ's Knights versus Milanos and Milk. Let's see. Lists.
It's a good matchup.
Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, a bunch of players that had decent weeks, but it was just outdueled. I mean, that Mostert really put her over the top for JJ's Knights. Sealed it there. So Keith Master, we were giving him shit these past few weeks for not changing his name. He is the Pittsburgh Feelers now.
Oh,
Nice.
I love
I
it.
like that.
And apparently
I like
that brought him
Good
some
shit,
good luck.
Keith.
My man caught
I
his
fuck with
first
that.
win of the season against my brother Danny. Poor Danny got dropped. It was Pittsburgh Feelers 128. My brother Danny 114. So not a blowout by any means. Big producers for Pittsburgh Feelers. Highest score Kenneth Walker III, Seattle running back. 2 touchdowns, 97 rushing yards, 59 receiving yards. Hell of a performance from a Seattle running back. You never know what you're going to get from that clan. And just to shout out my brother Danny, Buffalo defense. Buffalo defense dropped 32 points, 9
That's
sacks,
fucking
4
bananas.
picks, and only allowed 3 points. That was a field goal for Washington.
I think they had a touchdown too, didn't they?
It doesn't say that they did, no. I feel like you're right, though. I thought they had a pick 6 or somebody
they
ran it
did,
back,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't
weird.
show there.
Yeah, maybe Yahoo maybe there wasn't enough room in the
Oh,
little
it shows.
box
Yeah,
where
it doesn't. It's not enough room because it does show when you
when you expand
go
it.
over when you highlight over their 32 points. It shows 1 touchdown, 6 points.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah, good. That was a hell of a game by Buffalo. I wish I could have watched it. I don't
Same.
get to watch Buffalo games now that I'm on the West Coast. I mean, unless they're prime time, there's always something that's closer that they're going to air. Let's see.
I decided to subscribe to the Red Zone because it's part of, you can add it to NFL Plus now.
I should do that through YouTube
So,
TV. They were sending me a bunch of emails about upgrading my YouTube package to get that. So I don't know. I might do that just to watch a bunch of other games. Let's see. What do we got next? Juac's team fucks versus the old Kanye. Let's pull this up here. The old Kanye, Mr. Johnny Quest took the W against Mr. Joaquin, 131-78. So yeah, that's a decent.
Sorry for that spanking walk.
Decent
Nah, it's all
margin of
good.
victory.
That was
He
my
knew it was coming.
Yeah, that was my own fault, bro. I tried to get ahead of everything, and that's how you learn. Started shifting people around. My bench made some amazing fucking scores. They took on some great scores.
Your bench underscored your starters by 4 points. So you had a lot of points on the bench that
Yes, I did.
that could have helped your
yeah,
team
I'm
out.
looking at your bench. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even Kenny
15,
Pickett at quarterback.
18.
But I mean, to be fair, bro,
But,
you never know. You never know what these fucking quarterbacks are gonna drop, dude.
Right.
Especially your first year in fantasy. You don't know these players like Johnny and I know these players. So
Right.
like I get it. But yeah, I still got an ass pounding there. 131 to 78.
Yeah, you probably
I love the enthusiasm.
That's Tyreek,
the
though.
Juac's team fucks.
you probably noticed the second that today it popped up. All you saw was Juac traded this person or Juac added this person and this person. Because as I was watching, I'm just like, man, fuck.
There are,
but it is what
there's
it
some
is.
good
It is what
fantasy
it is.
football podcasts out there too. If you ever wanted to just give it a little listen, they throw out some pro tips, players that they think you should pick up off like the waivers if they're gonna have a good week. I used to listen to a bunch of those, and they're usually pretty fucking helpful. I don't know how obviously once you get into like money leagues, like once it's a little bit more serious than us just fucking around in here, the podcast can be dope.
Sure.
But the spank of the week.
Ooh, the second I spanked someone's ass last week too, blowout. But yeah, no, this week the
spank
alpha
of the
males
week was the alpha male against Leo.
versus the Lizzo defense. Yeah, it was a blowout from the beginning. Obviously, nothing that I did. I don't control any of these players, so I won't take full credit for it. But yeah, that was let's see, Devontae Adams was my. No, not my high score. My high score was Keenan Allen, receiver for the Chargers, 36 points. And then also Devontae Adams.
Over 30 points.
Yeah, over 30 or over 35 points, honestly.
Over 35.
I had a really good week. My kicker dropped 18 points. When your kicker drops 18 points, you're probably in line for a win. I had a really good week. I'm playing JJ's Knights next week, and I was texting with Jay earlier today. She hit me up and was like, "Yo, we're playing," and we're also playing against each other in another league too. So she brought it to my attention, and I let her know that I've been doing conspicuously well in this league, and that I feel like I'm due for an L next week just because I've been doing too good. I've gotten too lucky in this league, and the fantasy gods that I spoke of earlier don't stand for that kind of shit. So I don't know what this recap is going to be like next week for the alpha males, but
Jay's a 51% favorite over you.
Oh, let me tweak my roster a little bit. Let me make some moves here.
It's fairly even. But yeah, you can make some changes.
Can I throw in a little go fuck yourself on the I beat someone's ass last week? Motherfucker, you played me last week, you asshole.
But sorry, dog. I'm in 3 leagues. So it's tough for me to keep them all safe.
I just had to tell you to go fuck yourself real quick.
It's so inconsequential to me, dog, that it doesn't
none of it matters, right?
Like,
Fuck that guy.
You should get good or go the fuck home, son. I don't know what you want me to tell you, dog.
I mean, I'm trying.
You are 1-3. Like I said, I'm 0-3. You're 1-3 in this league. You're all right.
Yeah,
you straight.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could definitely be worse. Definitely be worse. That's it. That's the recap. Another good, solid week 3. I know this football season is gonna fucking fly by and be over before I know it, like every fucking football season does. It's like, oh, it's week 16 already, motherfucker.
We're almost in fucking October already. This shit is crazy.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
The older we get, bro, the faster these months and years fucking flies by.
Years took decades when I was a kid.
Oh my god,
a school year felt like it was a fucking lifetime.
A day just felt like it was forever.
Mm-hmm.
You could nap, you could watch all kind of shit, and it was just long ass fucking days. Play games all day.
We were killing time. What can we do? We're bored. Let's kill time.
Anyway, that's the end of the recap, right? It's time for the news.
Let's get it.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
News clips.
News clips.
You know what it's time for.
You know what it do.
Let's keep it NFL related. Apparently the biggest story in the NFL this week had nothing to do with football, but rather that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were apparently dating.
Word.
It was like I guess a speculation for a long time, which is why it got so much like attention and hype over the weekend, because she showed up to a Chiefs game and was cheering for the dude the whole time. I seen this tweet come out. Since she showed up to the game, there's been a 400% spike in Travis Kelce jersey sales.
Mm-hmm.
His podcast is the #1 overall on Apple Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's added 380,000 Instagram followers.
Yep.
24 million viewers. The #1 game of the week. 63% jump in female viewers, 18 to 49. 3x increase in searches of Kansas City Chiefs on the web. A 3x increase in Chiefs sales on StubHub. and the Chiefs sold more tickets in a single day since the start of the season because he started dating fucking Taylor Swift. That's crazy.
Damn.
How much influence she has over everything.
Those Swifties are
the
no
world.
joke, bro.
That's just wild to me.
Like
I
the
can't.
Beehive, they're a force. They're a force.
They are.
They
I mean,
single-handedly did this.
they really did. They've driven like a ton of stuff. There's just been conversations all week long around this. Really, and definitely, at the beginning, and then of course all the memes that have been generated as well. Like,
Yes.
it's been a lot of great memes that have come out. Some stuff that I've sent y'all on how like his outfits have changed. You can see a couple knee scars on your girl.
Yeah.
Taylor.
I sent that one, and I sent the niece. Yeah, she was going in.
She's been going hard. He's whatever. It's cool. Good for him. Hopefully,
Single rich sports player, bang all the fucking pop stars you can, bro.
he had a badass ex-girl, but like my
the
friend
black
said,
chick, right?
yeah. But one of my friends said, one is worth $1 billion, the other one cost $1 million.
Yeah, that's facts.
So, and then the other NFL news that came out, besides the, we talked fantasy, some major spankings this week, including Miami winning by beating Denver 70-20, I believe it was.
Yep, 70-20.
Like one of the highest scoring games since like the 80s or the 90s. Like,
I can't recall any games that were
that's ridiculous.
that high. That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that was wild. Again, sucks that I wasn't able to watch it. Either of those two whoopings.
Did Tua play that whole game? Because if you're up 70 or whatever to 20 and you're leaving your starting quarterback in there, that's wildly irresponsible. Is that am I wrong? Like, what the
No,
fuck?
yeah,
Like,
I would.
They
I would
pulled
think-
Mahomes when they were up like 30 or 40 points, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think so, but again,
That would
I'm
make
not
sense
sure. I haven't
because
even seen a recap.
in the Tua Infinity game, like, I feel like Tua only got him like 26 points, 27 points, and if the score is 70, your QB should be scoring more than 20, 25 points, I think, right?
Oh shit! Now that you say that, I didn't even think about that. Let's see what it is.
Like his final
Just
numbers.
looking at Jesus. How far back do I have to go here? Yeah, Tua did. Yeah, it's a 28. Yeah, he must have not. He had 4 touchdowns and 300 yards though.
Damn, and he only got what? What the fuck?
Yeah, 28 points. 309 passing yards, 0.04 points per, and 4 passing touchdowns. 4 points per passing touchdown. They were off passing touchdowns. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
But
still solid.
but anyways, other big news that came out, which would have been cool to hear Juac's take on if he shows back up, is the Super Bowl halftime show was announced. And Usher is going to be the halftime show performer, which I kind of fuck with.
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like
He's got the moves. He's a good dancer. He's got some bangers. I could see that being
a lot of
dope.
bangers.
Yeah.
I definitely, when I told my girl, I was like, "Oh, Usher's gonna be the halftime show." She was like, "Oh, that's pretty dope," and I was like, Jay-Z's basically like, fuck that. There's going to be no more white performers for the rest of the time that I'm running music.
Right.
Like, we're going hard with hip-hop and R&B for the next 10, 15, 20 years, which I'm totally down. I couldn't remember for the life of me. Who the fuck performed this last year? It was Rihanna?
It was. Yeah, because she was pregnant. Remember? People were making the big deal out of her belly.
You're
and
right,
shit.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, he's just going hard in that space. I'm a little like, as I thought about it as well, I'm kind of like, man, like Usher's like, he's a GOAT in the R&B game. Kind of weird that The Weeknd had the opportunity before him.
Yeah.
But maybe he wasn't performing at that, because that was, I think, the 2020 game, right? That was the COVID Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Weeknd was doing that thing where he had like the house and he was like walking through the house. The memes all came from that. Yeah, I feel like that's right.
He was mostly by himself. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
must have been the COVID pandemic Super Bowl. So maybe 2021. Yeah, I think it was the Tampa one, actually. It was the Tampa win in Tampa.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and so then I also looked, where's the Super Bowl this year? It's in Vegas. Makes sense. Usher's pretty much the king of Vegas right now.
Right. He's got a residency there.
He's got his residency, and I think he's got the highest selling ticket for any of the many residencies that are currently happening in Vegas. There's a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Way more than I thought. Like, you only really hear about, like, I don't know, the big
Celine
magicians.
Dion.
And
like
then
the
Celine Dion
OGs,
and Usher, J-Lo or whatever. And I found out there's kind of a lot happening right now. And I was surprised with some of the names that I saw. Let's see if I could pull that up real quick.
I mean, that's a cushy gig, right? You're guaranteed shows all the time, guaranteed bread. Like, it doesn't get much better than a residency somewhere. That's got to be like peak.
Like, this is crazy.
Musician, yeah. What do we got?
Kelly Clarkson, Maroon 5, Adele, Luke Bryan, Lady Gaga, Carrie Underwood, U2.
Bono.
That's a lot of fucking huge acts.
Yeah, that's a crazy act.
That basically once a week in any of the months this year, you could see one of those acts if you go to Vegas. Usher, obviously included as well in that. That's a lot of pretty dope, amazing acts. That's great for the fucking town of Vegas.
Yeah. Not that they need the help.
Surprising
but,
all these people have residencies.
Be nice and cushy. I'd fuck with it.
Word.
We should get a residency podcasting gig in Vegas where every week we do one show and they just fucking pay
people
us.
Just come
that
watch
bread.
us live.
Mm-hmm.
Perform in front of the Tigers.
Oh, I'd fuck with that.
Hell yeah.
I'd be down for that shit
Perform
too.
with the Tigers.
With them. Let's see what else we got going on here. There was a space capsule came down. I don't know if you heard about this. NASA apparently sent a space capsule to land on a asteroid 7 years ago. They fucking shot it up into space. It landed on an asteroid, grabbed asteroid rocks, and fucking came back down to Earth. Landed in Utah.
Wait a second.
That's a big fucking win, I think.
You can actually land on an asteroid like they did in fucking Armageddon?
They sure as fuck did. I mean, it's a tiny ass little, lander or whatever.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a spaceship with people on it.
No.
That okay. That would be crazy. I'd be like, yo, I thought that was just made up for the movie.
I mean, I guess if you could land a freaking satellite type device.
Right, as long as it's a bigger meteor, right?
Like, what's the difference between that and a whole craft? Yeah, as long as it's large enough to accept one, and you can land one on. But no, yeah, it was a smaller device. I don't know, probably like the size of a sofa, I would say. Okay. And so we should be hearing about what that means probably within the next 30 to 60 days. I think we'll get a preliminary report. Nice. I don't know that it's like too wild. I don't know if we're going to see any little green men or anything like we saw in Mexico last week, but
yeah, I don't think so.
They say, a lot of the theories is that the origins of life came from asteroids crashing into the planet, but we've never been able to sample an asteroid other than, the parts that land on Earth. And at that point, they've been destroyed by the atmosphere. So to be able to grab one out of space, now you can actually sample it and say, hey, is there stuff here that actually made, life on Earth that could have contributed to the quote unquote building blocks? So, we'll learn something.
That's tight.
Or we'll more than likely, like most things, science will end up with more questions.
Yeah. Or at least rule some stuff out. Hopefully. Yeah. I'll fuck with that. That's dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
don't
I
think
thought that
they'll
was
tell us.
an interesting little.
If shit did come out of any of that, they won't tell us.
Not for
Nothing.
30
Yeah,
years.
not if it's anything serious.
Yeah, anytime they tell us anything, I'm just like, oh, they told us because none of that shit actually matters, or it's just some bullshit.
Yes, that is
fair.
the that is the senior Joaquin take on science news. What else we got here? Did y'all hear about this bullshit? And y'all probably didn't, because this is some straight New York shit, but I thought this was wild. Fuck, where did my news clip page go? There was an overdose death in the Bronx. Did you hear about this? I don't know if that news makes it all the way to California.
Nah.
A daycare
I did hear about this.
was found to have bricks of fentanyl in a trap door underneath where kids were literally being taken care of.
Well,
And 4 kids got exposed, and one of them ended up dying.
Jesus.
yeah, this all
swear I would've murdered somebody over
transpired.
this.
This all transpired because obviously, like this kid or these 4 kids were hospitalized. One, like you said, ended up dying, and when they looked into it, they were exposed to fentanyl. And
the 3 kids that survived were saved by Narcan.
Yep. So this is randomly from a daycare. So like, imagine you take your kid to a daycare like you do every fucking day, and you get the news at some point that your kid is dead or had some sort of an overdose, right? Like randomly, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And when they looked into it a little bit further, yeah, there was bricks of fucking. It was a front. The whole shit was a front.
Yeah.
And there was literally coke bricks everywhere. So
Yeah. And it seems like the woman that was running the daycare knew it was a front, but didn't really know like what was going on. Like she's just kind of like, yeah, like I'll let you
do what
pay
you
me
gotta
to
do.
rent space and run shit out of here. But that's still like negligence. Like she's gonna go to jail for like fucking 30 years
absolutely.
or more.
She better.
So I'm no expert, but correct me if I'm wrong. Narcan has to be used in a timely manner,
Yes.
right? But to stop you from overdosing. So whoever gave those kids Narcan clearly knew that they were overdosing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well,
So-
she may have even told them when she ended up calling 911, because what they also saw through surveillance footage is that she called and this another part that I don't have enough details around, but I thought was kind of interesting. First off, she called her husband and another person, the other person that they arrested, multiple times before even calling 911. So you already
she's like, what the fuck do I do? I got fucking 4 kids overdosing right now.
I got 4 kids probably foaming at the mouth,
Grab
flipping
the
over,
fucking Narcan.
or
Save
just
who you
not
can.
waking up. I don't know what it looks like when you overdose on fentanyl,
God.
but especially like a kid touching like something that would like literally they say like a tiny amount
Just
could
a
murder
speck,
an
yes.
adult human. Imagine a kid just getting a speck of it off of the dust on the floor as they're
It's on a
crawling around.
toy or something. Yeah.
I swear I would fucking murder someone
Bro,
over this
yeah,
shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You called
The other
me and
thing
tell
that
me
I
my
thought
kid
was-
died at daycare.
Yeah.
Watch
Fuck
out.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm swinging, I'm shooting. It's going down.
The other thing I
That's
thought
what-
was
honestly-
that I heard that I thought was interesting is that they said that they were able to recover 21,000 deleted text messages from an encrypted text messaging app, which had me like, wait a minute. If
What
it's an
app is
encrypted
this?
text
So I don't
messaging
use it.
app,
Yeah.
how are you recovering the data off of it? Because I always, people people that ask my advice, not to name any names, ask me about iMessage and the security involved around iMessage because it's touted as being heavily secure and end-to-end encrypted. And I always tell them, never do anything transacted illegally. If you're going to have, first, you should never, I've said this for decades.
Right.
It's always face-to-face, voice-to-voice. If you're going to do any sort of illegal activity, never do any of that communication electronically over the air or over the wires. Like people, since the mafia days and wiretaps in the 30s, like you
How they
should
got
know.
fucked.
Can't trust anyone. The way iMessage works, right? It's end-to-end encrypted. Yeah, a lot of these apps, they say, oh, end-to-end encryption. Your shit is safe. That just means it's safe from snooping folks, right? It can't be intercepted in transit to snoop and quote unquote tap your line to get access to the data. But if you get arrested and they issue a warrant, they could access
Unlock
a lot
your
of that
phone.
data.
Yeah, they make you unlock
they
your
could
phone.
Force an unlock. Possibly the unlock thing might be a little more suspicious. And when it comes to the iPhone and Apple, if you're doing anything illegal, don't back up your phone to iCloud because those are not encrypted unless you turned on the new advanced data protection stuff. But if you haven't, that stuff
Chances
is
are you didn't.
the most easily warranted data that they would just issue a warrant for, download a copy of your backup, and have another phone with all of your data and all of your text messages, including a lot of apps, because sometimes the apps will host the key to your login in iCloud as well.
Because
so
you
the app just reloads and
obviously-
logs you back in.
You obviously, when it told you, do you want to save this
This is
password?
not legal
you
advice.
said, yes, I do, because I don't want to put it in. Fucking
Yeah.
dumbass.
Yep. No longer encrypted.
This is not legal advice on a pro way or a con way. It's just informing folks on how these programs work.
Yeah.
But I thought it was
Teach you
interesting
not to be
when
a
I read that
fucking
part of the
dumbass.
story. It said 21,000 messages were deleted, and it didn't say that they were recovered, but it did say that they were able to see that she texted her husband about the fact that they were searching for him because he's missing. He's still on the lam. But yeah, it says including text telling her husband to find a lawyer and that police were asking about him. So I'm like, how did they know that was part of the message unless they were able to recover these encrypted messages?
Sure.
Yeah, tell me what app that is so I don't fuck with it.
Bro, this is actually a pretty good segue to something that I was gonna talk about. I didn't write anything down and I didn't save the fucking video, but I'll try to look it up. But I forgot where this took place. But recently, it's been making its rounds. There's a video of a father who called the police because of something exactly like that happened, right? There was a grown-ass man who was communicating with his 11-year-old daughter. And the guy was able to convince her to send naked pictures of herself to him. The father found out, called the police, as anybody would do, right, to report this. He reported this around like 1 PM or something like that. No police officer showed up until after midnight. That's already like, what the fuck?
Right. I'd be in bed. What the
so
fuck you waking me up for?
Yeah, so there's a Ring camera footage of the father answering the door to the police that are knocking. He naturally says, "Oh, she's asleep now. I wanted you to talk to her to make an official record." I
did see this.
And the police officer comes out and goes, "Oh, so pretty much said like, well, she's she can be brought up on charges." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And she pretty much said she's taking pictures of herself, right? And she's sending it. She can be charged for making child pornography. And he's like, but it's like he's trying to say that, and she reiterates like she can be charged for. And he was just like,
she's being influenced by someone to do this.
Yes,
like go after that person.
Yes. And she's like, he's just like, have a good day. Have a good, like, no, get the fuck off my porch. Like, are you fucking serious right now?
Damn.
Are you fucking serious right now that my 11-year-old daughter could be charged for child porn, for creating child porn? Like,
yeah. I heard those cops are currently suspended. Pending investigation.
Yeah, it's all pending an investigation because that shit went fucking viral.
Right.
Would it still be pending investigation if it didn't fucking go viral?
Right. If there wasn't a Ring camera?
Probably not.
Right. Exactly.
Probably not. It would have been, I'm sure he would have filed a complaint and it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Yeah,
bro,
swept under the rug.
Doesn't mean that
I would get arrested, bro, because I would put my hands on that fucking police officer. And it wasn't even the fact that she said that like in a way where it could be like, I wouldn't report this because I've seen this happen. Like, a concerned type of way. She was annoyed that she had to be there and was like, oh no, we would more than likely have to arrest your daughter and press charges. Like, bitch, what?
Bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, nah, man. Like, this is, I don't even know what to fucking think of some shit like that.
Mm-mm.
You know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And just to think that my child, right? And I've been thinking about
but
that. But
honestly, I also wouldn't call the cops. Like, I don't know what the fuck are the cops gonna do?
Cops aren't gonna do shit because I mean, I know someone. We'll talk about it afterward. I'm not gonna put their shit out there, but I know someone who went through some shit similar to where they found out, some shit went on with their kid, called the cops. The cops literally did nothing, said they can't do anything, gave the person who was accused of pretty much that, gave them enough time to get away, and then they're just like, well, that person can't be found, so
yeah,
that's on you. Shit out of luck. So yeah,
that tracks with law enforcement.
What for?
Yeah.
What am I calling the cops for?
Yeah. I don't know what they would be able to do, even if they were good, even if they were,
honest,
actually honest and trying to do something and really.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Like, there ain't no Law and Order SVU going after people like we think. Like,
right.
They'll file a report, and that's about as far as shit will ever get when it comes to stuff like that.
And honestly,
like how are they gonna go after anyone off of? Like, what do they know?
And honestly, unfortunately, there are more jaded fucking police officers out there that are just getting through their fucking day and treating people the same way there are fucking nurses who this is not a life. This is now just the job that is in front of me.
Yeah.
And they're fucking jaded by it, and they're fucking mistreating your fucking, like the older people and whatever. It's all the same fucking shit. These people are just getting through it.
It's the same people that used to work at Sutherland are now in charge of shit. Like,
yeah,
cops
exactly.
and nurses.
They got a badge all of a sudden, and a little bit of power.
Yep.
And they still don't give a fuck.
Nope. So, yeah, but if you take that shit into, I know personally, man, if I don't know how I would respond to something like that. I have two beautiful little girls, man, and even my son, man. If something happened to any one of them to that extent, I don't know how I would handle it. I don't know what that would do to my fucking sanity. I don't know, right? Your first thought is, I don't know. They put it in you where you have to like, I should call the cops and make a report. But honestly, it's like, I really don't know how I might snap. I don't fucking know, bro.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things I would never want to go through. And I really don't.
No.
Because I don't want to go through that shit. Because I really have no idea how I will respond. And I will gladly spend the rest of my fucking life in prison.
And then IC blows up. Me and Johnny getting that paper.
Y'all get that. Y'all hold me down.
Biddies. And then
Hold
like,
me down.
Port walks on. Had to
Put
go in on.
put something on my commissary.
Got you. Oh, son. You're gonna have the
put
flyest
some-
commissary around, son. We got you.
I want to be like the motherfuckers in Goodfellas, where I'm just in this room fucking slicing
Chopping the garlic with the razor
Yep.
blade, son. Yeah,
Yep.
fuck yeah.
Yep.
That'd be you. Steaks,
Yep. All
lobsters,
that
like you
shit.
locked down, but we
need
got
that.
you.
I need that. That's it. Just hold me down. That's it.
Word. Me and Johnny at Madison Square Garden doing the pod, and you're like, yo, I got my garlic though and my razor blade. We Gucci.
Yeah. When I get out though, I'll be up there.
Yeah, you up?
I'll be up there.
Stacks waiting.
Better have some great lawyers.
We got the bread for it. We'll be all right. Got you. You all right? You walking, son? You going home?
Nah, son. I would fucking hurt somebody. I can't. I
Facts.
don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. I'll fucking murder somebody.
If someone hit my dog, I would kill them. If like they just looked at him wrong, you're done.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine a child. Oh, I'm ending lives.
Yes. Anyway.
Facts.
Anyway. What's up? What's next? There's one
Juac
piece
goes
of
to
news that
lockdown.
I do have, Johnny, for your guy, or is it a group or is it a guy? Peso Pluma or Pluma? Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma. It's a guy.
Oh yeah, it was dude
It's
with
a
the
group,
whack
you
ass
said?
mullet.
Yeah.
I know
it's a
that
guy.
dude.
Okay, so
He stopped. He
Okay.
got
Damn.
punked by the cartel, right?
How the fuck is Peso Pluma so big that even Dave knows who
Even
the
my
fuck he
white
is?
ass knows who this motherfucker
That's
is.
wild.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
So yeah, Dave jumped ahead there, and yes, correct. He canceled a concert in Tijuana after receiving death threats. He wasn't fucking around. He received
Hell
some
no.
death threats, and he said, "Nah, I'm not gonna test y'all on that. I think
No,
we're
we're
good."
It's
Y'all in
like
Fort Lauderdale. We'll have a show. If you want to show up there, we'll reimburse your tickets. And
Word.
Fargo, North Dakota, the next night.
It's
Yeah.
like I think we talked about this music before on the show, or maybe we talked about it in an off segment. But you know, this Mexican corridos has really gotten popular in the last like 6 to 12 months in the Latin crowd, but also just like, I mean, for a while, Peso Pluma had like the #1 song on Spotify. He replaced Bad Bunny, like worldwide, just killing numbers. Dude is making a shit ton of money out of that. He's already been on like, you know, Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel and all these shits, right? Super, super popular. Obviously, like we said, popular enough that even Days know who the fuck he is. And the weird thing about it, and it has been to me about it, is like, you know, Mexican music or regional Mexican music as it's dubbed, has like a specific vibe to it, right? Like a specific sound. And it's kind of like, you know, slow, a lot of guitars, you know, big trombone sound. And it's very traditional, right? And then you got these like really young dudes that are singing it, and they're like dressed like gangster rappers, like, you know what I mean, like straight hard hip hop, big chains, diamonds, grills in their teeth, and singing about trapping, right? They call these narco corridos, or, you know, basically drug songs. And so in our culture and world, that's pretty normal, which is kind of why I think it's popularized and gotten so big, right? Is like it's basically the same as any like hip hop song, right? Like they talk about trapping all the time. It's like reggaeton song. They even in some reggaeton songs they talk about trapping as well, right? And so for them to do it in their style of music is kind of cool, right? Like, and so it's gotten popularized. The only difference is these Mexicans really do this, right? Like, you see it a little bit in hip hop lately. You know, a lot of rappers have gotten murked, especially in these, you know, these Gen Z crowd type of hip hop that I don't really listen to. But you hear about, you know, Chicago rappers, Memphis rappers, a lot of, you know, some of them bigger than others. Some of them people I've never heard of before. Like, you know, Young Dolph, I've heard his music, but haven't heard of some of these other folks that have gotten murked, especially in the Chicago scene. But either way, it's seeped in a little bit. There's the violence has crept in, but usually that's around like beef, not around just like territory or why you rapping about something that you don't live, right? Yeah. But that's what it seems to be in this space. Is the cartels are like, yo, you out here thinking that you a fucking, you know, you a baller, you a fucking real narco, right?
Yeah.
Be about that life. You want to show you about that life? I'll show you what that life is.
Okay, so that's the reason for the cartel beef, because this dude's just popping shit that he's not really
He
living.
don't live that life. Yeah,
Okay.
He's just like any other rapper that's out here talking about they flip birds and they never been on the street, right? Like,
yeah.
Most of the time, people just like whatever. He's whack. Like he's not true.
Yeah,
right? No,
he
like,
don't live that shit. He's a
he don't
bitch.
live
But
that
the
shit,
cartel is not letting
the
that shit
cartel's
slide.
like, oh word, yeah, he don't live that shit. You want this
shit.
AK? I'll show you how to live that shit.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I thought
He's
maybe
only
like
24
he
too.
was. I thought he was in with the cartel and like he was spilling secrets or talking about some real shit.
Hell
But
no.
it's the exact opposite. He's doing
He's
none of
from
that.
Sinaloa,
Okay.
but he's
But
never
he's
been
not,
down.
right.
I
He's
think,
like from the
I'm sorry, not
suburbs of
Sinaloa. I think
Sinaloa,
Sonora.
probably.
He's from Sonora, but he's not down with the Sonoran cartel.
Okay. But
And
he's
so
rapping
they're like,
he
yo,
is.
you want to talk about like you spitting game, like you flip birds, cross the border, like you be moving shit all the time. That's basically what his songs are about. Like, I got mad money.
And they're like,
I
nah.
flip birds. The same type of shit that we hear all the time from
For
others.
sure. They're just calling him. They have somebody that actually checks this motherfucker.
Word.
Okay. Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, shut the fuck up, bro. Rap about what you know. Like, I'm not done with that.
Go back to
And I would
rapping
have
about
done the
girls
same
and
thing.
parties, man. That works.
Word. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, or
reality
Or just keep
check right
performing
there.
in the U.S.
Yeah,
and never
stick
come to
the-
Mexico.
Yeah, your resorts in Florida and yeah. Maybe even Texas, just not too close. Not Laredo. You don't want to be too close to.
Yeah,
you don't want to be too close to the border.
No El Paso.
Nah. You stick to Austin. You do shows in Austin, and then you get the fuck back to
Yeah, Austin,
Pennsylvania.
maybe Dallas. There's kind of a cartel presence in Dallas. They just somehow seem to fly right
Stay
in
out
like
of Texas.
no big deal.
I wouldn't even
Yeah,
fuck
you're
around
right,
in
yeah.
Texas
Anywhere
no more,
down
just
there.
to be on the safe side. Because
Unfortunately, those are the
Georgia.
only people that give a fuck about his music, so he has to tour that shit.
yeah,
You know,
that's a double-edged sword there. Like
I don't know if too many people jumping on the Peso Pluma bandwagon in New York if he throws a concert. I mean, he might. Might be a few.
Yeah, he sold out Barclays.
Did he?
He's big up here too. They
All right.
they do.
Well, then stay
I don't
the
know if
fuck
you
away
know
from
about
the
this.
anywhere
I think
in the
these are
South.
Both kind of stupid things. But when Bad Bunny was super popular, they would do these. They called them Bad Bunny nights. And it would literally just be a club night where they only play Bad Bunny music the whole night, right? And they would throw these parties. They started doing that for Peso Pluma as well. Not as popular, but they would do these Peso Pluma nights where they would just literally just play one album the whole night over and over.
Yeah.
And charge people money to go to these clubs.
And he's not even there. They're just playing his shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
That's
He's
wild.
about to blow up in Ottawa, Canada. Just as far away from the fucking border as you can
Word.
play to people.
I'm on the other side of the other border.
Yep. They don't fuck around. He's like, they don't fuck around up here. We cool.
Yeah. So the like you said, who put the signs up? I guess obviously in Spanish, there were a bunch of signs that told him to stop or refrain from showing up on his October 14th concert, and they were signed with the initials of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, which are the rivals of El Chapo's Sinaloa cartel. And yeah, I guess this is.
I would have hit up El Chapo.
This is not the first time either.
Could get some. Maybe he could back me. I'd do my show and just have his people there getting my back. I don't know.
But that's from my understanding. That's how a lot of these, the Colombian rappers and shit like that. Fucking what's his name? Who's the biggest Colombian dude right now?
J Balvin.
Yeah, J Balvin. Yep, J Balvin. Like if you've seen the, it's only a small, part of it is probably true, but if you've seen the Nicky Jam show, they touch a little bit on that because Nicky Jam is a Puerto Rican artist who he was real big, blew up with Daddy Yankee, and then as Daddy Yankee was blowing up, he got hooked onto drugs and he spiraled. Daddy Yankee kept going, and then when he wanted to pick his career up, he figured, let me go to Colombia and win these people over and all that stuff. So, and it talked a little bit about how he was called over from, by somebody of power, and he was nervous about the shit, and and like you got to get the blessing from the big people in these countries, and
right.
You gotta play along with that shit. But when you're rapping about their rivals and all this shit, and and you kind of throwing some gang shit in there, is like when it's smaller gangs, when it's small gangs,
even like the Bloods and the Crips, bro. You
Right,
don't
right.
go after the cartel though. Like that's
no.
You
Yeah,
don't
if
test
it's
the
Bloods
cartel.
and Crips,
You don't
you have like neighborhoods you got to avoid.
Right. There's little
Right?
sacks. You'll find some protection. You'll be all right. But the cartel, man.
Yeah,
I
the
wouldn't
cartel.
fuck with the cartel.
Nah,
bro.
son. Oh man, nah. I'm not. Nah.
Yep.
He got some balls. He got some balls for being 24. I guess a lot of 24-year-olds be doing some wild shit for fame, but that's
Well, all of them really. He's just the most popular one, but there's a large amount of these. I would say maybe 10
I'm sure, but they don't have that
15
attention on
acts
him.
that I've heard.
Once they get
But
those eyes on
they
them, the cartel
do,
hit
just
them up.
not at his level, right?
Right,
but
right.
they might be, maybe they're not the number 1 streamed artist on Spotify, but they might be like the number 9 streamed artist on Spotify. So they starting with him, but I think that's just a sign of them starting to go. They're gonna start coming after all these, because like I said, this style of music has gotten real popular over the last 12 months or so, and there's like a good I would say 8 to 10 bands / artists. Some of them are bands, some are single artists that have gotten really popular and are all spitting this, Mexican, I flip birds and shit with music, and I don't think I've just been waiting for it. The first time that it started growing in popularity, I reached out to my boy that grew up in East LA and listens to a lot of, that regional music hard, and I was like, yo, how you feel? How you feel now about do you feel some type of way about this music suddenly getting real popular and everybody wants to listen to Mexican music now and it's like a really cool thing? And he's just kind of like, yo, people want to talk the talk until everybody wants to spit that gangster life until it comes to their front door. I don't know what's going to happen because these Mexicans don't fuck around.
Nah, they don't.
There you go. First time. I'm sure it's only the first of many.
Facts.
Yeah. Once you're G-teched by the cartel, you call it. Unless you're ready to go.
He sure enough canceled that shit. He was like,
sure
yeah,
did.
we'll
Smart
come back
man.
around next time.
Stupid hair, but he's a smart motherfucker.
Facts.
I don't know why you keep putting Tijuana back on the fucking list. Just avoid that
Word.
shit
Word.
completely.
Go to Cancun. You get some spring breakers, have a banger, and you're good.
Man, I wouldn't even go back to Mexico.
Nah,
Fuck it.
I'm not even going.
Nah,
I'm not
hell
going past
nah.
Texas, son. I'm not going south of Texas.
I'm not going south of fucking the Mason-Dixon line, bro.
The Mason-Dixon line
That
is
shit-
east and west, isn't it?
Yeah. From east to west.
Oh, so you're gonna stay on the just East Coast, Florida?
No,
Georgia.
It's not like the Mississippi. It's not the
Oh,
split.
okay. That's what I was thinking.
No,
I was thinking of the
Mason-Dixon, I think it
Mississippi,
starts like a Maryland through Tennessee. Like, I'm not going south of Maryland. I'm not going south of D.C., basically.
Nah.
Word.
It's all
Word.
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois.
Yeah,
I'm hitting
yeah.
all the
Northeast. I'm
Mexicans
sticking to
that
the
they got.
Northeast.
Oh, there's mad Mexicans in Idaho, bro. I'm going to perform for them motherfuckers.
Word.
Your security guards won't stand a chance.
Hell no, man. Them security guards will get murked early. I've seen
Yeah,
too many
real early.
Narcos Mexico to fuck around.
They always go first, son. They get popped
Word.
first. They're donezo.
Oh, man. All right, the
Man,
last
what
story
else
that
you
I
got?
have,
You got anything else?
yeah, the last story I have leads us right into Hollywood. I'm sure it's a Hollywood story, but it's a big fucking story. And it was voted on just a few hours ago. Approved. The WGA strike is officially over as of tomorrow, Wednesday. So yesterday when you hear this.
Yep.
And maybe by the time you hear this, the details of said deal will have been released. They still haven't been released because, they were, as they said, dotting the I's and crossing the T's and making sure that the legal language is perfect.
Yep.
So that they could, in their boards, vote on it, approve it, which they now have done. And now they'll basically send out a summary to groups so that the individual members can vote on it. So the strike itself is done. People can return to work, they said, but the deal hasn't necessarily been accepted yet. So there's a possibility they could always go back on strike if, the deal gets rejected. But they basically came out and said that this is the deal that they wanted. Like they trying to make it seem like they got exactly what they wanted. I think
It sounds
the
like they
quote
did,
is,
or else they would have
this
stopped.
deal
right?
is
They-
exceptional with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership,
That's awesome.
Nice.
I love it.
including,
Now-
I guess, protections for AI, but specifically we don't know yet. Again,
Right.
but yeah, it seems like there was protections against AI, which is kind of the biggest thing that they were worried about.
Now, while we're out of it for the Writers Guild, because apparently, they go back to work tomorrow,
Yeah,
or they've been okay to go back to work tomorrow. We still have to wait for the SAG-AFTRA strike to come to an end, where the Actors Guild are still on strike, waiting to.
Yeah.
I hear that is also close. But
yeah.
This has to help,
Yeah,
I
still
would
have a
think,
little bit.
right?
Yeah,
they
I
gotta
saw
deal with
something-
writers.
I saw something where the writers union said that what they fought for and got laid the foundation for what SAG is fighting for. So if the studios are going to accept our deal, they should be able to, within the next 3 to 4 weeks, work out the deal with SAG and get that wrapped up as well, because it's very similar as far as what they were. The biggest concerns were really the AI stuff across the board. Even in the most recent, so the SAG authorized for the video game industry to also go on strike.
Yep.
For the same reasons, for protections against AI mostly, and of course residuals and some of the other things along that line. But really, I think some of the biggest things that people were afraid of is what AI is going to do and change the game, and how much it's going to impact their dollars at the end of the day. But
Right, their livelihood,
fingers crossed, all of this gets resolved and we get back in action on our production. The late night shows apparently are gonna they'll be able to start like this week as soon as the writers get.
Somebody tweeted, it was Alex Sulkin producer, writer for Family Guy. Very funny guy, very funny follow on social media. He tweeted something along the lines of, "Man, if only Drew Barrymore waited another week." Can you imagine? Like, she got all that shit, and if she just would have waited a week, bro, she could have went back to work clean as a fucking whistle, bro. Oh, that was one of the funniest tweets I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one. And what sucks for her too is, unfortunately, she bore the brunt of it because she was the first one that announced, but she wasn't the only one. There was like 3 shows that were going to come back that week.
Bill Maher
was one of them. Yep. He got a little bit of flack, but not as much.
No, not as much. She made really that video and just went in, and it got torn up, bro.
She fucked herself over.
She did, 100%. But yeah, I thought that was really good, dude. I'm so stoked that at least the writers got a deal. Like, this sort of, I feel like that's the dominoes will sort of start falling now, and they got a deal. They know what everyone's looking for, and hopefully, everything gets back on track. All the projects we've been reporting were pushed back, are back on track to, at least stay with those dates that they were given, and we can sort of get back to a sense of normalcy for us anyway.
I think it's really all Bob. I ain't gonna front. I think when we hear the story of what happened here, I think for the most part we've been pretty positive when talking about Bob Iger. Yeah. Until that one statement that he made that we were like, "Oh, Bob's tripping on this one." Yeah. But I think that was kind of the corporate Bob speaking on behalf of the studios. And because I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought everyone back to the table. Yeah. They said, let's talk back. And I think once he said, all right, I'm down to meet, I think that's what brought Netflix, Ted Sarandos in, David Zaslav from WB Discovery, and all.
If Iger shows up and you don't show up, you look like a bitch. So yeah,
and he's willing to chat, and he's willing to negotiate. Yeah, it's on. I think it's at the end of the day, we'll find out that I think Bob is responsible for making this shit fine. Because also, I think Disney really suffered. Yeah, having to move a ton of they were the most public on their schedule moving,
without a doubt.
And I think that that probably hurt them, in addition to all the other things that have been hurting them. Park sales and the whole Florida shit, and I think Bob is going to end up being the champion of all of this from the corporate side.
Feeling it.
We'll see. Only time will tell. Fucking, you see these dumbass motherfuckers out here. These people who know nothing about fucking movies, right? They start to post shit up, and this is what we give everybody a fucking platform. So apparently during the football games, people were seen looking like robots and like androids, and this caused for people to put out those conspiracy theory videos out there. Like, did you see those robots that they're looking more real? You fucking dumbass motherfuckers, bro. Like, do some literally when you see something, maybe pull up a fucking search engine and do 2 seconds of fucking research to find out why this is on there before you start putting some dumbass shit on the internet, starting these fucking other idiots up. So they were promotions for the movie coming out soon with
the creator.
Yes, the creator, starring John David Washington. Yes. I almost said Jordan B. Washington again. John David Washington, obviously everybody's dressed up like that. I mean, it looks amazing because this is literally like Hollywood makeup people setting this up and having these people look like fucking androids. Do you really think that if there were fucking androids out here that they would come out with half of their fucking face missing and shit looking all robotic? No, you fucking dumb fucks.
Easily fooled.
I know. Facts. People are just fucking stupid nowadays. But yeah, it was the thing online. I kept seeing all these conspiracy theory videos with the fucking Halloween music and shit and all the scary.
Your TikTok follows are wild.
And they're doing this right in front of our eyes. Stupid idiots. Anyway, now we're back. And I really don't have anything. I don't know why we took a break because I don't have much at all.
Because I had to piss like a motherfucker. That's why
fine.
I was going to walk
fine.
away regardless.
That's fine. The only thing I really had was more of a question, like why the fuck would they do this? But apparently, they're redoing The Office. They're rebooting it.
An Office reboot. Yeah, and I wonder, I saw that after the strike ended, after there was news that the strike was going to end, there was rumors saying that after it was done, they were going to announce an Office reboot. And I'm curious what an Office reboot would entail. So a reboot is what? It's just same premise, just new characters, new story, correct? Yeah. That's a reboot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, first off, it's way too soon to reboot that show.
Yeah, agreed.
Not everything needs to be fucking rebooted, though. Like, what the fuck? Like, why?
They're
are you rebooting a show that was?
That's what they want to dive into.
That's like even
MASH.
It doesn't even matter how much time has passed. If someone came out tomorrow and said we're rebooting Seinfeld, why the fuck would why? Who would?
Unless it was Seinfeld, who did it?
Right.
And I would still think it's a fucking terrible idea.
I mean, it wouldn't be the best, but as long as if I knew he was on board, at least,
sure,
I would be more into it. I would have higher hopes for it. We'd have no idea about this Office reboot. You know, who's writing, who's doing it, who the actors are going to be. Like, I feel like Parks and Rec was almost like an Office reboot of sorts. Like, it was the same sort of documentary premise in the office setting, and
it was
not the same. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't the same. No, it's not. It's not a reboot, but it's pretty fucking. It's as much of a reboot of The Office as we need. Yes,
I'd welcome more of a spin-off, maybe.
Yeah,
different company and shit. A chance for some of the same actors to come back, or something. A different branch.
What's her face was on both shows. They could have tied them together that way,
right? But I don't know, man. I don't think that this is a good, smart decision. I hate that everything has to be rebooted, that they take things that are fucking successful, and so that means we have to fucking pull this shit out again and make the same exact fucking shit. The shit is trash. Like, some things just need to live on its own. Just let the fucking thing breathe and live.
Word.
As it is. We don't have to add on to it and regurgitate the same bullshit.
Office is special. Like, that's not just something you can step in and reboot
my
that.
My girl is literally watching The Office downstairs right now as we speak.
I believe it.
She's got good taste. She was watching Seinfeld last time I was there, just on play. That's how I roll.
Regardless of how you feel about it, if someone said, "Hey, we're gonna reboot Friends, all new Friends," like no, why? For what?
Terrible idea.
Mork and Mindy reboot. Mork and Mindy.
Right?
I would fuck with that
because
it's been a hot minute.
I feel like
right?
It's got to be like 40 years old or more.
Yeah.
And that's even then. I'm like,
another reboot.
Yeah, another fucking reboot. Right. There's no originality anymore. But
all these writers finally get to work again, and they write the same fucking bullshit that's been written a thousand times.
They rebooted a lot of CBS rebooted. What did they reboot? Hawaii Five-0. They rebooted Magnum P.I.
MacGyver. They did a MacGyver. Yep.
Yeah.
Rebooting everything.
The Quantum Leap.
And none of them hit. None of them hit.
Terrible.
Trash.
But I'm not upset at the fact that they're doing them.
You're like,
okay, yeah,
all right,
it's been
give it a go.
30, 40 years.
See what happens.
Let's see what happens if it's any good. The Office literally just ended 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Way too soon.
And none of those characters you can replace. with
No,
someone else.
absolutely not. If they tried, I would be insulted.
Yeah. Why even call it a reboot at that point? Just fucking think of a different premise. Same style, different premise. Doesn't have to be at a fucking paper store. It could be literally anything. But no, it's the name that they want to bring back.
They need
because
Dunder
that's going to
Mifflin.
bring
It's not gonna work.
viewership. And that shit is not going to work.
I'll just tell you right now, Peacock.
I don't understand. I don't understand why they keep trying that shit. Like they just keep trying to reboot this shit off of, and it never fucking works.
It's an idea that like Scabs had during the strike. They're like, yeah, let's do a reboot of The Office. And now that the strike's over, they're like, shit. Now we have real writers that actually have to write this bullshit.
Right.
Fuck. I don't know. I don't think it'll. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll come to life. No go.
Yeah.
Did that 90s show do well?
There's no way Ricky Gervais is behind this, right?
90s show did not do well at all.
Exactly.
No. Nope.
What about Ricky Gervais?
There's no way he's associated with that, right?
No.
No. He was barely associated with the American Office.
He was executive producer.
Yeah, but I wonder how much he actually had a hand in all that shit, especially when it was slipping towards the end after Carell left. If he was really looking over shit, would that should have been as subpar as it was?
Nah, he pretty much, if he was one
of
the
he gets
creators,
you're like
residuals
on season, 9?
What was that?
At that point, you're like at what, season 9?
Yeah, you were up there, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're getting high. You're reaching for shit at that point.
He's checked out at that point. Yeah.
100%.
But I think the first, let's say, 4
absolutely,
or 5
especially
seasons,
especially the first bunch of seasons. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
I disagree.
It's a dumb idea.
Don't do it.
Don't. Very dumb. Very dumb.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't think I give a fuck about this. Donald Glover's Lando Star Wars show is now being planned as a movie. I didn't give a fuck about the show.
Smart. No, I never even saw Lando, bro. I never saw like the original Donald Glover movie.
Oh, Solo?
Was it good?
It wasn't a movie.
Solo, yeah. Was Solo good?
You didn't see Solo?
I didn't see Solo, no. Yeah?
Solo was good.
One of the better
ones.
Yeah,
it was. Solo was good. Solo got a bad rap because I think it was around COVID times or some shit, and yeah, it was a reason. Oh no, it was right after the sequel.
It was part of it was Star Wars overkill at the time.
Just bad timing.
We were like, ugh. And there was the controversy over the split directors. There was one director that started it, and then Ron Howard took it over at the end to kind of try to save it. But I think the original director had a different vision, and there was a whole bunch of stuff, so it started getting kind of
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, it was getting a bad rap over that.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's all I really have for today. You guys have anything to add to this stellar conversation?
Y'all fucking with anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all fucking with anything. I've been fucking with the morning show on Apple TV. We're almost through season 2. We got one more episode, and then on to like the current season that just dropped recently. I skipped over the morning show when Apple TV dropped. Went straight to C. Fucked with C hard, and then obviously kept on with the bangers that they've been releasing. And then Ash and I at one point we were looking for a show to watch, and she's like, let's give this a shot. And we liked all the people in it, and man, is it fucking good, dude. It's very, she thought it was going to be like a comedy style like show, and there's funny moments, but it is definitely a drama at heart. Yeah. Very well written, actually. A sibling of someone that I think we all worked with is a writer and executive producer on that show. Nice. Which I was super, super impressed with. It was super cool just to see her name when it pops up. But yeah, that show has been fucking great, dude. If you guys haven't fucked with it, or any listeners are looking for something to fuck with, the morning show. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Billy Crudup, Steve Carell, just fucking banger. I'm mad I slept on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it through
I
the
saw
first
the
season.
first season.
Haven't jumped on back on
Straight
the second.
through. And it was fire. I thought so. Very dramatic, but
Very.
fire.
Yep.
Started the second season, and I don't remember what happened, but it just kind of life happened and
Sure.
other shows at the time, and never went back to it. Just kind of forgot about it. I have to go back. I think maybe I got to episode 2 or 3 on the second season, and I
Second
believe
season
they're
started-
on like season 4.
It's season 3. Season 3 just dropped.
Okay.
Yep. So you're not too far behind. Season 2 is all about, as COVID is setting on, it starts at the beginning of New Year's Eve 2019, and it ends with some
Yes,
pretty
I do
pretty
remember that, yeah.
damning where you're like, oh shit, we know what's
Yeah.
coming.
We're like, oh, no big deal, and then somebody's like,
Yeah, somebody sneezes and then like the camera pans out of New York City and we know everyone's fucked. Great times. Good show.
for sure.
What you fucking with anything, Juac?
Yeah, I'm not fucking with anything. I haven't had a chance to really watch much, so I'm
Lioness.
we have the last
Y'all both been
episode
watching
of
Lioness, right?
to go.
Oh, there you
We
go.
have the last episode. Once we get through that, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick something else, but
That
just
finale,
doing that,
finale
catching
was
up.
tight.
Yeah, keeping up with Ahsoka. That's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
Ahsoka. Definitely fucking with Ahsoka. Loki's going to be starting in the next week-ish.
I think it's next
2
week,
week
yeah.
and a half. Yeah,
October
next week.
Yeah, next
4th?
week.
Fourth, fifth?
5th, something like that.
Yeah.
I promise you,
4th, Wednesday.
I'm telling you right now, I hope they fucking get rid of this fucking Tuesday night bullshit. Just leave it for Wednesday morning. Like,
Oh, you're talking about Ahsoka?
Yeah. They
I mean,
need
you
to
can
do
watch
that.
it whenever you want, dog. You don't got to watch
You
it.
can.
Tuesday night.
What I'm saying is by the next fucking morning, you have those fucking nerds that are up all night watching it already talking about the next fucking day.
Damn.
Like, Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
what you're following. I don't get my shit blown up like that with Ahsoka anyway. Other shows for sure.
Yeah, I think I would say you just need to stay away from social medias when you haven't watched shows because you apparently follow too many people that spoil your shit.
Very specific spoilers too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because I don't get any.
Ahsoka's been fucking.
At
Yeah, no,
most,
I don't.
Maybe I'll get like a thumbnail on YouTube where I'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, that just showed me that someone is going to appear in an episode.
Yeah,
of
I saw a
something.
picture
But
of
other
Thrawn.
than that, yeah.
I was
don't
like,
really
oh
get,
shit,
like,
this motherfucker.
actual spoils on shit.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the shows that y'all have mentioned so far. The Ahsoka, the Lioness, Tulsa King. I'm almost finished with.
Oh, that's
But
right.
really, the one that I was gonna shout out was, I don't talk about documentaries too often because I don't typically like to watch them. But if they're on my Magic 3 number, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if we brought this up on the show before, but Telemarketers on HBO.
I have not
I've heard
watched
of-
it, but
I've
I
heard of
wanted
the
to. I
show,
saw it. Yeah, I heard
It's
of it.
fucking good.
Yeah?
I like it. Yeah. I'm like,
I've heard of it.
I watched the first episode and I was like, holy shit.
Who's
I
in it?
knew it.
Who's in it
I
again?
had a feel. So it's basically these guys work for a telemarketing company in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, the ones that you've probably had call you many times. And in my case, I know for sure have called my parents and have suckered money out of my folks. They're the ones that represent the fraternal order of police of whatever area you're from. In this specific example, they represent the New Jersey Fraternal Order of Benevolent Police or whatever the fuck bullshit shit that they always kind of spout as being like, you know, they're the people that represent the police union or the police benevolence association. They'll give you a sticker. They're not allowed to say that the stickers get you out of a ticket, but they imply it heavily, you know. And they make it, and they always lead with shit like, you know, that today 3 officers were killed in the line of duty and it's sadly, a parent had to bury their child. All this bullshit, and yeah, it turns out these unions or whatever, they only get 10% of the monies, and these people that are doing the fundraising for them get 80 to 90% of the proceeds that you donate, and they are just literally milking people out of anywhere from $20 to $100 a pop.
Damn.
Right? They're just like, can I count you in for $75 today for a platinum sponsorship? And they just knock these things out day by day, hour by hour. And some of the people that work there, like you both worked at call centers, right? Like these are even below any of the people that you have worked. These are like the lowest level. Dudes are literally sniffing lines of heroin on the job and out here. And, I can't even count the number of fraternal order police stickers my dad has on the back of his car. He's trying to think that he's going to get out of tickets and that he supports the sheriff's office and the RPD and all these different offices. And basically they're just like the firemen's associations, all these different things. And they're basically just they know that it's a fucking scam.
Yeah, they know that people want to support them.
Yeah.
And
huge scam exposed on this show. 3 episodes only. If you want to
it's a documentary, or this is like a
it's a documentary, yeah.
Okay, it's a documentary, so it's real shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real shit by like dudes that have never made a documentary before in their life either. Like you could tell, very amateur documentary.
It looked like it when I saw the trailer.
Very, very, very amateur. Which I appreciate. It makes it like there's even a part where the dude was like, or he partnered up with one of his former coworkers, and he's the one that's the most gun ho about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they do their first interview with someone in like a nonprofit exposer, these research groups that research nonprofits and see how much money they're actually going to donations. And the interview is kind of weak. And the dude goes, before starting this, I never actually wondered, is he any good at this? And I don't think he is. So very, very, very amateur documentary, but I think it works for kind of their cause and what they're trying to expose. So I recommend it. Telemarketers, HBO. On the Max.
Word. Did we lose Juac? Because he just he's in thought. He's either deep in thought or he's froze.
No, I was gonna throw in there too. I'm not watching it, but it's on my list. BS High, I think it's called. It's on HBO, and it's a documentary about a dude who created like an online high school or something, or he used a loophole in Ohio where if as long as he had these football players, which some of them were 21 or as old as 21, if he had them like playing or on like some online courses or some shit, then he would qualify them to play high school football. So it's like this whole documentary about what this dude did.
I did hear about this, yeah.
Yeah, and and he even said it. I heard an interview with the dude because he liked Joe Budden liked the documentary so much that he had the dude on his show, and he said it. Yeah, it was like Bishop something high school, but he said it. He was like, it was, but also the initials BS High School. Yeah, it was like, named it that on purpose because of that too. So
BS High School.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's like Bishop something high school.
Bishop Saint High School.
or some stupid shit like that. And
Yeah.
the dude was, it's apparently it's a wild documentary about what this dude was doing and like how the quote unquote students barely ate or
Bishop
like the bullshit
Sycamore.
that they were eating.
What's this on?
Yeah, Bishop Sycamore.
Oh,
HBO.
Bishop Sycamore. HBO. Damn, HBO. All right.
Yeah. So check that
HBO
out.
with the double
I'm gonna be checking it
documentaries.
out as soon as I can.
Facts.
Yeah, they always got documentaries, yo. They got some
They
good
do.
ass documentaries.
Yeah. Amazon too. Amazon has a decent amount and like the just very short 45-minute hour bangers. Wild shit on Amazon.
Word. So
I
before
could deal with that.
my computer just like ups and blows up, because that's about the only thing left for this episode to really just seal the deal for me on my
so heated.
on my
He's so
on my daily fucking dealing with ambiguity to try to get a fucking episode for you guys to not rate and review because you don't appreciate it.
Oh shit, he's going in now.
That's
shit.
how frustrated
Oh,
I
shit.
am. That's how frustrated I am. Nah, but
nothing against
do you
y'all.
guys
He's
have
having a day.
anything
He's
to
having
add
a
to
day.
this stellar conversation?
Not
baby,
after
let's-
that.
let's
I'm
Not
good.
after
Let's
that.
wrap it up before you kill somebody.
Guys, you know what that sound is. That's the fucking song playing to end us all out. You already know what to do. We already know you're not gonna do it. That's how frustrated I am. So
We know you. We
catch
know
you
y'all
next
ain't gonna
week.
do it. So quit
Love
playing
you.
Juac.
Peace. Peace.